Hi guys, so I'm getting ready to hopefully install a Raspberry Pi in this corner of my machine here to get Octoprint up and running. The screws are pretty tight. So in order to do that, I've got to get access to this panel, which I've never taken off. If you watched my first couple videos, you've probably heard me say this. I'm new to 3D printing. I don't know anything about 3D printers. I'm not very good with the software relating to Arduinos or Raspberry Pi, so all of this is just a really big learning curve for me. It's fun, it's enjoyable. I have a Raspberry Pi ordered. I've got the Raspberry Pi camera coming with it, or ordered with it as well, so that I can do all the Octoprint setup stuff, hopefully this week, and then do some hyperlapses of printing and some of my printing failures. One of the things I want to be able to do with the Octoprint is watch or see my printer in action, throughout the day and night. And if I, have to run to Home Depot or Lowe's or go do some errands, I can, pop up and see if it's, continuing or not, and hopefully shut my machine off remotely. So, as I've said before, I don't know what's going on in here. These wires are the first time I've seen some of these wires. So these are the normal wires that have nothing to do with the Raspberry Pi or Octoprint. But this is where the Raspberry Pi is going to go. It's got ventilation. There's no sort of fan or anything in here that I see. So I've seen some people say that the Raspberry Pi needs a heat sink or needs some kind of fan to keep it cool. So I don't know much about that. I'll kind of troubleshoot that as I go. Not sure if this little piece is going to be something I'm going to need in the future or not, so I'm going to keep this. I'm absolutely certain I'll need those mounting screws. So let's see if I can push this sticker off from the inside here. So most 3D printers that I have seen, everyone is doing an external case or device for their Octoprint boards or their Raspberry Pi boards. I did not know when I purchased this machine that it had a dedicated space. This is a little 3D printed part. So that's cool. I didn't know it had a dedicated space for Raspberry Pi. I did not know what Octoprint was. I've never heard of that before. Actually watching a video about when the Makermade folks built one of these machines on YouTube. They just kind of pointed out, oh, hey, look, there's a spot for your Raspberry Pi for Octoprint. And I was like, what is that? It's probably something I'm going to want. So I started doing some research, and sure enough, I want it. So I'm going to leave this open, and the Raspberry Pi should be here tomorrow. I thought it was coming later today, but apparently Amazon's got it coming tomorrow. So while I've got that part out, or open, I'm just going to kind of cruise around over here. You can see a little bit of the hardware wiring in there. A little bit of my mess is stuff that fell down. So, yeah, this is where it goes. There's 3 ports here for the Raspberry Pi. I'm guessing this is for the camera cable to come out. It's a really thin, I mean, probably a third of that width would have been fine, or height would have been fine. So kind of excited to get it, put it in. Maybe that's where the power supply is supposed to go. I'm not sure. That's something else that I don't know if there's enough space in here that I can run the power supply cord to the Raspberry Pi. I'm hoping something like that will work out for me.